All right, everybody, welcome to episode 35 of the Geek Perspective. I am your host, Roy, and along with my co host, Tom, we are reviewing The Irishman. And just so everyone knows, Tom is not here today. I'm sorry, Derek's not here today. Tom is here. My brain is not working, obviously. So, how are you doing, Thomas?
Good. I'm doing excellent. Black Friday is over with, so
Oh,
yeah,
busy.
a nice long weekend. Yeah, again, no Derek today. He will not be with us. He should be back with us next week. So, how are you doing, Roy?
Doing good. Like you said, went Black Friday shopping.
Yeah,
We were talking before the show, and
yeah,
I actually had a list of like 9 things I wanted to get possibly. I actually got 6 of them,
nice.
and then I went out and got 6 of them were for me.
Mhm.
And my dog.
Yeah,
Um, so I actually got 6 things that I needed to get for me and my dog or whatever, or that I wanted to get, and I got a couple Christmas gifts later because I went back out again and did some shopping and got some stuff.
nice.
Yo, what you get?
Well, I'm gonna get back to you because I want to know what you got. You just said you got stuff, but
All
you
right. Well,
it was. My big purpose was I sent you a picture. I got a new television. My girlfriend thinks I'm crazy because it's so big. Although we looked at them ahead of time, and she was in agreement on the 65 inch. Because like for when she does her workout, like she'll do yoga and stuff in front of with videos and whatnot, and but it looks so mammoth in our place because my place is small. You've been in my place; it's pretty small. So it looks gigantic. I had to get a new. It's so big. I had to get a new entertainment center because it wouldn't fit on my other entertainment center. So I got that. I got another Fire Stick, and that was pretty much it for me. I love the TV. Oh, I got a sound bar for the TV too, a Sonos. These things are amazing. They're super expensive, but they're amazing. They're amazing.
I was telling Rick about your Sonos that you wanted to get, and because he wants to get a sound bar also,
Yeah,
and I was trying to explain to him what you got. So you want to talk about that a little bit? Your Sonos sound bar.
sure. So Sonos is a higher end um, uh, music audio company with speakers and soundbars. They're on par. A lot of people say better than Bose. You can actually, when you buy their stuff like directly from their site, you can have a technician come out to your house to tune it for you. He will come out and place everything in the most optimal positions within your house, so you're getting the most out of your sound. It's very crisp and clear. They have Bluetooth speakers are huge right now. They have speakers like that, but they're Wi-Fi, so they're even better. There's no lag to them. Instead of going over Bluetooth, they go over Wi-Fi. The soundbar that I got, the Sonos Beam, it has Alexa or a Google Assistant built in. I use Alexa, so I can, it's I can just volume up by just saying Alexa volume up, um, volume down, stuff like that. It's my first one, because I was never like a soundbar guy, and then I got one a few years ago, which I'll talk to Rick about if he's looking for one. I have one now that's in my bedroom, but I don't really need one in my bedroom. So maybe if it's a nice one I got from Best Buy. It comes with a subwoofer and everything.
Wow.
So we can talk off here. But yeah, so I love it, and you can like once you hook it up, it's a pain to hook up. Like I was telling you briefly before we got on, I had to just to tune it and make sure it was in its ideal spot. I had to flip my phone.
I'm just froze.
Oh, okay. Am I still frozen? What's that?
Show here.
Yeah. Am I frozen now?
You're good now.
Okay. So I had to actually turn my phone upside down so the microphone was facing up, and I had to walk around the room waving it slowly. Am I frozen again?
Nope.
Okay. Slowly like this around the house so it could pick it up and do it. It was like a really crazy process, but it's really awesome. I love it, the Sonos. And definitely, Rick, we will talk and about sound bars next time I see you or whatever.
Very cool.
Now what
Now you.
what did you get, or what was your best purchase, or your favorite, or your most important, or whatever?
I didn't have a favorite purchase. I had to get some stuff for my dog, Kongs specifically. And if you don't know, anyone doesn't know what a Kong is, it's this little toy thing that you stuff food in. It keeps the dog from destroying your house essentially. And what it does is you can stuff food in it and freeze it, and he has to work at getting the food. So it does two things. It gives him exercise while he's trying to get to the food, and it distracts him, of course, the time that he's not trying to destroy everything. So,
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So I bought several of those so I can freeze them and then interchange them as needed.
Mm-hmm.
I got some other toys. I got some snacks for him, some dog bones for him. I actually bought a portable charger. And Rich says, "Thank you, Tom."
Hey, no problem, Rick. What was I gonna say? Portable? You mean like a bank?
Yes.
Like, okay. Yeah.
Bank, sorry. Yeah, charging bank. Which is yelling animal abuse.
Hi, Linda.
So yeah, hello, Linda. So yeah, so I got that, and because of Comic-Con, essentially. So next year, if we're not pressed by then, which I hope we are, but if we're not, we do the con again. I'm bringing it with me so we can charge our phones if we have to.
Nice.
We'll have something to do that with. And I bought a couple of gifts for a couple of kids. I got my brother a gift. So I did pretty well. Usually I don't buy people gifts on Black Friday. Usually it's all about me.
Yeah.
So I actually did something good for a change and bought people gifts.
Nice. Yeah, I didn't really buy gifts. I mean, I got my girlfriend something, but that's all I really buy gifts for anyway. You know, I might get my mom or dad something, but you know, nothing. It's more about me. But you brought up a con. I wanted to just bring this up real quick, then we'll get back. This weekend is Northeast Comic Con. I didn't go. I wanted to go, and then I ended up spending a lot of money yesterday, and I was just so tired today after setting up everything. But yeah, Northeast Comic Con into tomorrow. Tomorrow's the last day. It's in Boxborough, Mass, at the abandoned mall there. Great little Comic Con. Anybody's interested in Northeast Comic Con, you should check it out. I love that. I go almost every year. But they have 2 to 3 a year, so I'll go to the next one, which is in the spring.
Nice. So. You're not going to that one.
Yeah, it was. I really wanted to go, but it was tough. And then, like I talked to you, you had interest, but with Black, you know, it's tough this weekend to do it. You know, so
Joe, you are never left out. For that, Joe, you are the man.
Yes, thanks for watching, Joe.
I don't know if I told you, Tom, but I subscribed to Hulu. Did I tell you this?
You told me you were last week. You said about you were thinking about doing it. You were going to do the bundle. Did you do that?
No, dude.
Okay.
Message from Hulu a couple of days ago. They're having a deal, people. $1.99 for a year if you subscribe to Hulu.
$1 for the whole year, or $1.99 a month for a year?
$1.99 a month. I'm sorry, $1.99 a month for the year.
Dang it, dude! I'm a Hulu member. What do I get?
you get the hey, keep Hulu.
Did they give me a discount or something? Do I get like $6 back each month?
You get nothing.
Come on.
Yep. Yeah. I was like, well, that's a no-brainer because I'm guessing because I subscribed to Disney Plus.
Yeah.
And they were like, hey, look what we got. I'm like, come on, I gotta do that. So I am a Hulu member now, at least temporarily. We'll see how it goes, see if I like it. And
nice.
I also subscribe to Disney Plus.
Yeah.
So that also.
Nice.
The Mandalorian, which is a great freaking show.
I haven't watched it yet. I am gonna watch because I have Disney Plus as well. I'm a Verizon. I've been with Verizon for not home, but Verizon cellular. I've been with them, God, since they were a thing. we're going back to the 90s. I've been with Verizon. So yeah, so I get a free year of Disney. I haven't really taken advantage of it. My girlfriend and my mother have, though. They're loving it. Watch a movie.
Hulu?
What's that?
Do they have Hulu?
Well, I have Hulu, so they do.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like we're not all gonna buy Hulu. I have it, so we'll share it.
Right.
Yeah, I have Hulu with HBO. I have Disney. I have Netflix, and then Amazon. So
you all know that this Hulu deal ends Monday. So if you want this deal, jump into it. It's $1.99 a month.
So Roy, you know what that means? You need to watch Castle Rock because I'd like to review. Did you?
Yep, I'm on season 2.
Nice. All right, good. Because I'm really loving season 2 right now.
How many episodes do they have so far? I'm on second episode.
I just watched the other one. It was 6 or 7 or 8 this season. So it's coming. It's ending pretty soon, I think. So
I'm watching all night tonight because it's pretty interesting.
I'm digging this season a lot. That very this season even more so. Very very Stephen King feel to it. Even more than the first season, in my opinion. So
the first episode I was kind of confused because it was like, Tom froze. The first episode I was kind of confused because it's all new cast.
Yeah.
So I was like, there's no carryover. So I'm like, oh, trying to be like, AHS.
Yeah, anthology, which I'm totally cool with. I actually enjoy anthologies a lot because it just opens.
More shows have been doing that the last few years, but they've been doing one season, and that's been it.
Yeah.
So this, you could do 10 seasons of this and people in the town.
Yeah.
I mean, do different groups every year.
Yeah.
And that's a great idea.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be real cool if they did the same character, same actors playing different.
Yeah.
It'd be awesome.
Yeah, I love that too. I'm a big fan of that.
Yep, I'm watching it. So
nice.
Derek to get it in Hulu Plus.
You should sign for $1.99.
I know.
I mean, there's no excuse. I mean, $1, like anybody can justify $1.99 a month. I mean, even if you do it just for a month and you don't like it, but you have it, you can just binge as much as you want for a month. You know what I mean? So
that's unreal. But we're here to talk about The Irishman.
Yeah.
8 houses. All right, Tom.
All right. So this week we reviewed The Irishman, which just dropped on Wednesday on Netflix. The Irishman was directed by Martin Scorsese. Screenplay was by Steve Zayn. It was based on the novel I Heard You Paint Houses, which is in the movie too. It's code talk when they're on phones. So it's it stars De Niro as Frank Sheeran, Frank Irish, the Irishman, the titular character. He goes by all those. But De Niro, Pacino as Jimmy Hoffa, Joe Pesci as Russell Buffalino.
Anna Buffalino.
What's that?
I love that name, Buffalino.
I did too. It's funny you say it. As soon as I was like, I looked it up right away when I heard the name and everything to see if he really was a real person, which he is. Anna Paquin as the adult Peggy, Frank's daughter, one of Frank's daughters. Lucy Galena played the child Peggy. I thought Anna Paquin was great.
Paquin.
Peggy was an interesting character. We'll get into that too. It was kind of a bizarre, interesting thing. Ray Romano as I already said Ray Romano, right? And Harvey Keitel as Angelo.
Ray Romano Buffalino.
That's what I said. Ray Romano. I said Pesci. I'm sorry. Ray Romano, Bill Buffalino. Sorry about that.
Yep. Okay, you froze up. So it didn't matter.
Yeah, I can't understand a word you're saying. really, you went crazy. But anyway, you had a few notes on these actors. Do you want to? You're
the weather
frozen.
change coming in with we're having issues with our audio for some reason.
Yeah, dude.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Do you want to go over the notes that you had on the actors there that we were talking about off screen, off camera?
Sure, I can do that. Hello, Bruno. Tom?
Dude, can't you get what? I can't do.
Teal as Angel.
Harvey Keitel as Angelo Bruno is the last one I said, but dude, I can't hear you.
Yeah, that never came out either. Great
Yeah,
audio today, people. We apologize. Anyway, Joe Pesci. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Joe Pesci came on a semi-retirement and was offered the role over 50 times before he took it because he supposedly didn't want to do gangster movies anymore. And I guess Robert De Niro had to convince him to actually do the movie. He was kind of like, I don't want to do this stuff anymore.
Oh, yeah, glad he did. He was excellent, dude. Joe Pesci. So understated, but not the typical Pesci character, the loud, annoying, sort of, larger than life. He was just very understated, but so powerful. He was really good.
Yeah, and great actor.
Yeah.
And Robert De Niro and Al Pacino, this is their fourth film to star both of them, which that seems weird. I thought they would have done more together. I didn't realize it was only their fourth.
But because of the mafia movies, everybody thinks they've done 100 movies together, but really it's not that many. So
right. They did The Godfather 2, Heat, and Righteous Kill, which I have not seen Righteous Kill yet. I still have not seen that. But those were the other three. And then Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci, it's their seventh film together. And they were Raging Bull, Once Upon a Time in America, Goodfellas, which is a great, great film. A Bronx Tale, another good movie. Casino, another.
Yeah, you froze up.
So that was a little tidbits for you guys, little trivia.
Yep. All right. So sorry again, guys.
You're up.
What?
Froze again. We both froze.
You're clipping like you freezing every couple seconds. Sorry about the audio and the streaming issues, guys. It's we don't know. It's probably the weather. I'm not really sure.
Weather. I really am.
It's
that's what it is. But anyway, go back with your review, Tom.
Anyway, back to it. So music was by Robbie Robertson, cinematography by Rodrigo Prieto. It was edited by Thelma Schoonmaker. It was produced in conjunction with Tribeca, which is Scorsese's, Sikelia Productions, and Winkler Films. It had it premiered originally September 27th, 2019 at the New York Film Festival. Then it had.
Your clip. You're freezing up really bad, Tom.
Shall we start over, man? I don't. This is not an enjoyable experience for people, I'm assuming. All right. It had a small theatrical run starting November 1st, where then was released on the 27th of November on Netflix. It had a budget of $159 million. It did $4.8 million at the box office, which I know everybody's like, "Oh my God, it didn't do well." Well, it didn't. It wasn't. It was more produced for Netflix. So that's where the money comes from, Netflix and stuff. So the 4.8 isn't. It's not considered a box office bomb because it's considered a Netflix. Do you live longer if you freeze up from
I
So
sure hope they live forever at this rate.
yeah, I know, man. So the 4.8 million is pretty good considering it was only in theaters for a matter of days, really. So and just some interesting facts before we get into the review. The film started development in 2007 after Scorsese read the book "I Heard You Paint Houses," which was written and in 2004. But there was tons of problems. There was new plot points and rewrites and stuff. So I held up production. So in the meantime, Scorsese did 3 films. He did Hugo, The Wolf of Wall Street, which I love, The Wolf of Wall Street, and Silence. And then finally, filming began in 2016. So it started in 2007, but filming didn't start for another 9 years. So 2016. And the film received a 96% on Tomatoes. It's certified fresh, and 94 on Metacritic. So yeah, so those are just some interesting facts. Did you want to say anything before we get into the actual little synopsis?
All right, Tom froze up again. This a great saying it's okay on his side.
Good.
Yep.
All right. So, do you want to say anything before we get into the synopsis?
It was a long ass movie, and I watched most of it last night, and it kept me hooked through the whole movie. I have to admit.
Yes.
It just
so
it,
as
3.5 hours long, and I stayed with it the whole movie when I was tired and everything. It just kept me hooked watching the movie.
That's a good point, actually, because I have that in my notes that the runtime is 3 hours and 29 minutes, and same here. I mean, I have trouble in standard 90-minute movies of like getting up and doing stuff while the movie's going, walking in and out of the room. And I mean, yeah, of course, there was a few points where I was messing around on my phone or something, but for the most part, I was engaged the whole 3.5 hours. It didn't feel like 3.5 hours, but it was. I mean, I started at 2:00 and got finished at almost 6:00 at night, or 2:30. And
I'm not a big gangster movie fan either.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm not a huge gangster 40s and 50s. No, it's not my thing at all. But yeah, I mean, the great actors in this movie was ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
De Niro, Pacino, Pesci, Romano, Cannavale, Anna Paquin, Harvey Keitel. It's ridiculous. But anyway,
let's go.
I just want to get to this review so we can hopefully save this recording.
Yes. So, yeah, it was. I really, really enjoyed it. I had a few issues, and we'll get to that. But yeah, so the movie again is 3 hours and 30 minutes, and the movie is based on "I Heard You Paint Houses," which is a novel about. Yes, it didn't seem that long at all. It's about Frank Sheeran, Frank Irish. I said the Irishman. He delivers meat. He's for a company. That's what he does. His job is to deliver meat. So he delivers steaks and beef and stuff around the city. And he has a chance encounter with Russell Buffalino, played by Joe Pesci. Joe Pesci helps him fix his truck. And then they have another chance meeting, and he starts hooking up the mafioso guys with meat, and almost loses his job over it. but he doesn't name any names in the trial and the court. So now all of a sudden, all the mafia guys like him, and so he becomes a cleaner slash fixer now for the mob. More specifically, Russell Buffalino, of played by Pesci. And
Tom,
what's that?
let me ask you.
Yeah.
What do you think how they made them look so young at the beginning of the movie?
Okay. So, all right, we're going to get, okay. So, as Roy is saying, so this movie technically spans 40 years. De Niro, Frank Sheeran's character, he's portrayed as young as 24, and the whole movie he's telling this movie. He's in a retirement home and he's retelling all the stuff that happened, and he's 80 years old. So Roy is referencing that it goes from 24 to the age of 80. So thought it was really cool. These actors are very good, but De Niro cannot play 24 years old. He just can't physically.
Too, huh?
What's that?
You noticed that too, huh?
Yeah. So, I mean, the makeup was good enough. They don't really do the CGI, but they do a makeup to make them look younger. But these guys are. What's that?
They use CGI in the fight scenes.
Yeah. So these guys, the three, Pesci, De Niro, and Pacino, are all septuagenarians. They're in their 70s in real life. They can't play 24-year-olds, at least physically. Like a 24-year-old moves a lot different than a 70-year-old. So one scene that really stuck out to me, Roy, was he comes home and he finds out that the guy at the market had pushed his daughter.
Yes.
So he he takes her and he goes down there and he beats the living hell out of the guy. Dude, those kicks, he looked like a 70-year-old man kicking. Physically, he is not 24 years old. They should have gone in a stunt double or something.
If you notice, that was all CGI.
It didn't look good if it was all CGI, dude.
That's what I mean. That's why it looked good, because if you watch it, there's cut scenes in between those. It was very obvious.
Yeah, that's my problem. And people say, "Oh, other actors have done." Yes, other actors have done it, and you can do it. It takes a lot of tricks within Hollywood. And I go back. All right, I used to be a teacher. I used to teach high school theater, and we would do plays during the year. My whole thing was, when I was picking plays for my students to present to the whole school, I would try to do stuff that was semi-age appropriate. So where, plays where most of the cast is teenagers or early 20s, because then maybe they can pull it off. Because never, ever, ever, ever in the history of high school theater has there been a good production of Fiddler on the Roof. Because a 16-year-old cannot play Tevye in Fiddler on the Roof, play a 60-year-old Jewish man, and you just can't. So the same goes for, even though these are some of the pillars of Hollywood, I'm sorry, you're in your mid to late 70s. You cannot pull off 20. You can't.
You know how they try to fight that, right?
Oh.
They actually had them take classes where they were supposedly teaching them how to act younger.
Oh, okay.
Believe it or not, they actually had classes for them to act younger.
Huh.
I'm like, they know how to act younger.
Yeah, I mean,
they can't,
Yeah, and it's one of those things. I know I'm being nitpicky because I really love the movie, but that was one of my biggest things. I don't know, the physicality. It's mainly the physicality, because you can get away with voice, you can get away with, you can do some makeup tricks and stuff. And he did look younger. I mean, at no point did I ever think that De Niro looked 24, though. At no point. Like, when I was getting my notes ready for this, I was like, I wonder how young he was supposed to be at his youngest in the movie, and it said 24, and I was just like, no. At no point did he look or feel 24 to me.
Nope, me either.
And it was funny because Pesci went on their first meeting there, when he breaks down and Pesci helps him fix his truck. Pesci's calling him kid. kid. I'm just like, you guys are the same age. And Linda agrees with me because Linda is great, and she always agrees with me because she knows what's up.
Oh, stop kissing up to Linda. Jesus. I'm going to hit it all next week now. Thanks a lot, Tom.
But yeah, so yeah, he's calling him kid, and it's just like, no, it felt really weird for Pesci to be calling De Niro kid, because they look almost the same age. So, but anyway, you have any further thoughts on that yourself?
Just that, like, in the fight scenes, you could tell that they did something to the film.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't do the physicality like you would like the 70-year-old men.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I understand that. But to have actors come in and teach them how to act younger was kind of like, what? That was kind of strange to me.
That's not uncommon in Hollywood, though. Actor, they'll do that for a litany of things, just to kind of immerse the actor more into it. And
he has a girlfriend.
But I agree with you.
Oh, you're a woman.
I agree with you, though. It is kind of silly to have a teacher come in and teach them how to act young. I mean, just go on YouTube for a couple minutes, see how to act young. But yeah, that was my biggest gripe with the movie, was that. And so I'm glad you brought it up, because it got out of the way earlier than I expected, because that was my one big deterrent. Other than that, the movie was great. So back to it. So the story, he starts working as a cleaner / fixer for the mob, and now the movie it just basically takes us through his life. I'm not going to give away too much, but we see, as I said, he worked as a truck driver delivering meat,
a union guy.
Yeah. So then it deals with the mafia and the unions. He gets introduced to Jimmy Hoffa, and then he becomes very close to Jimmy Hoffa, and essentially becomes cleaner for him as well. And then the movie focuses quite a bit on his relationship to Jimmy Hoffa. And most of you know, but if any of our viewers don't know, Jimmy Hoffa was a union boss that had mafia ties, hated the Kennedys. Bobby Kennedy was going after him, had his own get Hoffa squads, because he was so corrupt and everything like that. And then he burned a little too many bridges and disappeared. And to this day, his body has never been found. If you go by this movie, you can see, they will tell you what happened to it, but it's not confirmed or anything. And I'll let you see that. But so the movie, like I said, it spans 40 years. It delves into his what's that? What?
Nope, nothing.
Oh, okay. So it delves deeply into his relationship with Hoffa, as well as Hoffa's relationship with the mob, and how it hits the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. And we also get introduced to Jimmy Hoffa's main rival, Tony Provenza, Tony the Pro, another union guy that has mafia ties, played by Stephen Graham. Great character. I thought he was excellent in this. And it's like it's your mafia movie meets I don't even know. I'll have to think about that for a second. But it was so good. Did I really leave anything out on the synopsis? Like I said, I don't want to give away too much. And not that you can in a 3.5-hour movie, but
I don't think it left much out. I mean, I thought it was interesting.
Oh, I do want to talk about Peggy.
Oh, he's right. I thought it was interesting the relationship that Hoffa and he had, Sharon and Hoffa. I didn't expect them to be as close as they were. And they became really close.
Yeah. I mean, well, it's funny. it started with when he stays over at Hoffa's house, or when he stays in Hoffa's hotel because Hoffa doesn't want him to be seen, whatever. And then it comes to the fact that they, by the end, they're sharing hotel rooms. These guys have more money than anybody. They're sharing hotel rooms. You know what I mean? They are they are best. I mean, I don't want to give away too much, but yeah, it was, you could see the struggle that De Niro had,
before you talk about Peggy. I love whenever whatever movie Joe Pesci's in, and he's cursing and saying the F word and throwing the F bombs around, I always laugh. He's just a little guy. He's a little guy, and he's like, "Fuck you, fuck this."
Yes,
the way he does it, it's hilarious. The Super was one of my favorite movies by him ever.
Great movie. Great. I saw that in the theaters.
Oh, really?
Yes, I saw that in the theaters.
Love that movie. Anyway, you know Peggy.
Yeah, so I didn't really talk about Peggy. So it was interesting, strange. There was Peggy, one of Frank's daughters. It was this weird sort of prominent character throughout that wasn't prominent. Like she probably said a total of 35, 40 words throughout the whole movie. And it spanned her life too. So she started, 2 actresses played her. Anna Paquin played her as an adult, and that's when she pops. It's like all of Frank's friends. It's like, when they get close to the family, for some reason they're all drawn to Peggy more than any of the other children, more than the wife, anything. They are, between Russell and Jimmy Hoffa. It's like they mention his kids just in general, all the other kids, but they talk about Peggy and bring her gifts and stuff. And she just kind of pops up throughout. And, a lot of, like I said, she doesn't say much, but she'll give a look of like displeasure, or you're like, what is this girl thinking? It was really sort of interesting. What did you make of her character, Roy?
If looks could kill, I'm telling you. There was a scene where she was grown. It was Anna Paquin.
Yeah.
And there was a murder or a shooting happened, and her father's watching it, and she's staring at her father like, "You fucker, you killed this man, didn't you?" Like, you knew that she knew, and she kind of stared at him, kind of just like slowly walk out the door, like, "Oh, he did it again."
That's a great point too. It was like she kind of knew everything that Frank did, but they never. And Linda agrees with Roy. It was almost like a character device that Shakespeare would use, like with the mechanicals that kind of, kept the story going. It was kind of like that. Like, she knew everything that was going on without actually saying that she knew everything that was going on. You just knew by her looks, by her body language, even as a child, as the other actress, and then Anna Paquin as the adult. It was really interesting. It was very, very weird, just because she did say so little, and but she was very prominent and important. Like, at first I was nervous because, like, the way Joe Pesci was, I was like, oh God, I hope he's not going to like marry her later in life or some, you know what I mean? Once she turns 18, she's going to be married off to Joe Pesci.
Yep.
That was my first, and then, but that wasn't it. Luckily, it was just.
Pacino was like, Pesci, it was Pesci's character. He was like, he doesn't like me.
Yeah.
But she loved Pacino's character.
Yeah, Hoffa.
Hoffa. She loved Hoffa.
And they explain that as to that, like, where she knows what her dad's doing, so she knows what Russell's doing, Pesci's doing. She knows he's in the mob and he hurts people. Where Hoffa, his public persona is that he's a union man. He's there for the blue collar guy, the working man. He's there to make them money and their pension. You know what I mean? And so she saw him as good, as a child, and it just progressed through her life that she always saw Jimmy Hoffa as good, and he was the complete polar opposite to her father, and Joe Pesci, who were just these killers. So it was yeah, it was a really interesting character. I wish I could come up with like the closest sort of comparison I can do again is like with a Shakespeare using the mechanicals in Midsummer, or plays that would use sort of like an external narrator that narrates the story from above, from the outside looking in almost. And it's not exactly that. That's the closest comparison I can come to with as to why she was such a prominent character without saying much and doing much, So very interesting. And our viewers, yes, that's true, Linda, too. Yes, Hoffa did act more like a loving dad.
Remember he bought her ice cream?
Yeah, because Hoffa, we find out that Hoffa is a big ice cream nut.
Yeah, just bought her ice cream, nobody else. Screw you people.
So, yeah, I'd be, love to hear what Linda's interacting, but any of our other viewers later, I'd love to know what you thought of her character and what you would compare it to, because I'm kind of at a loss, but I found it very interesting. But yeah,
Anna Paquin was that kind of actress that she can convey emotion just by her look.
Yes,
I've seen her. She's been in MCU movies. She played the vampire show. I'm doing a whole like True Blood, which I'm not a vampire person at all, but if anyone wants to see a well done, well acted show where some of the actors ad-libbed their lines, True Blood is a show to see because it was an amazing show. It was
I've never seen it, and I've heard that from other people besides you. And just to further your point too, it's funny. I've never seen the show, not 1 second of it or anything, but I do know her character's name from that show just because I know people talk about how great she was, right? Sookie Stackhouse or something like that, right? So it's yeah.
It wasn't about vampires. And I know we're getting off subject here real quick, but it was about discrimination, essentially. That's what it was about. Whereas the 60s we had black versus white, and in the early 90s, late 90s, early 2000s, it was about humans versus vampires.
Yeah.
Whereas most humans didn't care, like whatever, you're a vampire, whatever. But some humans hated vampires and vice versa. Some vampires were fine with humans, other vampires hated humans. So it was about discrimination essentially, which I find amazing when you can take a show that you know it's about, but it's really not about that. You know what I mean? It brings in the social conscience into a show.
Like Romero would do with the zombie films. It's a zombie film. Yeah, but Night of the Living Dead was about racism.
Yeah.
That very last scene, that was very poignant,
Great scene too.
I'm gonna have to watch that because your explanation of the show interests me more than 30 hours of people talking about that show being about vampires. I'm just like, I'm good with vampires. But the fact that you're telling me it's about that.
Yeah, I think you would like it because of that. And that's what hit me when I was watching. So I'm not a huge vampire person at all.
Yeah.
And watching it, I was like, look at this. I might actually have to keep watching this. And I watched every season because it was like, wow.
I'll put that on the list.
And the acting is so good. Like I said, I can't think of his name off the top of my head, but it's a black actor. He was such a great actor. He passed away, but he was such a great actor. They let him ad-lib his lines. So like half his lines in the whole show were ad-libbed. And it was like unfreaking believable.
Now, I have a quick question. I believe they're different. I don't know. I'm not into either of the shows. But is True Blood in any way related to Twilight?
I don't think so.
Okay. But they're both vampires, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I didn't know if they were somehow related in some way or not. I've never seen either. So
traditional vampires, whereas Twilight, I don't know where the fuck those vampires came. They're all like glistening and like sparkly. It was like, what the fuck is this shit?
Oh, okay. I just when I was a teacher, when I was teaching high school, Twilight was right near the end of its run of being like the hottest thing around, but kids were still into it, and I just didn't know anything about it though.
Age, like would tease the younger generation and say, "Our vampires will kick your vampires' asses." Oh, your sparkly asses. Up. Linda's back on topic here.
Yes, that's right. That Hoffa, saying "you people" to Stephen Graham, who plays Tony Pro, the other union boss.
Come on, dude. That meeting was awesome.
Yes, the meeting was great.
Guys, to you when you was like, "This is awesome."
He shows up late. I loved the guy that played Tony Pro, Stephen Graham. I thought he was excellent, man.
He was unbelievable.
He was in Snatch.
Was he?
Yeah. I believe. Is he from Wales? He's from the United Kingdom. I'm not.
He was in because he was so good in this movie.
He was excellent, dude.
He helped own. We got quite well with the Pacinos and.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, the way he comes into that movie, the meeting. Sorry, not movie. I'm thinking that meeting. Yeah, that was such a great scene. Yeah. The movie. Now I'm thinking on the movie. It was so good, guys. Really, you really gotta watch it. It's on Netflix. It's worth it. It does not feel like 3.5 hours.
You could break this movie down into like scenes, and the scenes was so good.
Yeah.
We can discuss, break it down by scene, and discuss like it's just a really good movie.
Yeah.
Like there aren't many movies where I can say that are over hour and a half, 2 hours long, and I don't go, "Oh my god, this was a long movie." They could have cut this out. They could have cut this out.
Yeah.
There were movies in genres that I love to death, and they're over 2.5 hours long. Even Star Wars, the new ones. To me, I'm like, you can cut a little bit of this out. You don't need this in Star Wars. You don't need this in Star Wars. And this movie, I can honestly say, maybe 5-10 minutes you probably could cut out, but other than that, it's like, no.
Rick's referencing the rumor that Jimmy Hoffa is buried under the Meadowlands, right? Giant Stadium.
Yes, the music was awesome. The music was pretty amazing. And I quick little subject. My job and Linda's job, we play that music all the time in the dining room.
So, yeah, that's what soundtrack I might actually get. It's really good music. Yeah. And you just brought something up that it made me think of my other teeny weeny little complaint with the movie. So Frank Sheeran is Irish. Can you hear me? Because you're frozen.
Hold on. What were you saying? You froze and you dissipated for a minute.
Okay. So my other teeny complaint with the movie, or criticism with the movie. So Frank Sheeran, he's Irish. Jimmy Hoffa is makes fun of Italians. They all sound Italian.
Yep.
They all, that's my, and I know that's how those guys talk. I mean, those guys have been doing mafia movies for 30-40 years now and stuff. But, and I don't think, I'm not saying Frank Sheeran should sound Irish and had an Irish accent or anything like that, but they all sound Italian. Yeah. So another little thing that, again, it didn't take away from the movie, just kind of thought of it as I was just like, Sheeran, he's the Irishman, yet he's talking like he's from Sicily. You know what I mean? Talking with his hands and doing it. Obviously the Buffalinos, that makes sense. You know what I mean? Tony Pro, that makes sense, and he was great with his Italian accent, Italian mannerisms and stuff. And when I say Italian, I don't mean from Italy. I'm talking about that New York Italian mafia sort of twang that people have in the mafia movies. They all seem to have that.
Speaking of the Italian and Irish thing, when I was watching the movie and I'm writing notes down and getting ready for this,
yeah,
we're all the black people in this movie, right?
Yeah.
And the black guy shoots people. They put a black guy in the film, you shoot somebody. Nice. Black man a gun and someone's getting shot.
Yep.
Freaking awesome. Uh-oh. Linda's married to an Italian. Oh, speaking of that, Linda, how was that lasagna?
Lasagna.
I had lasagna for Thanksgiving.
Really?
Yes.
I'd rather have lasagna than turkey.
I love lasagna.
Yeah, man. I'm not a big turkey person personally. I'd do lasagna. That lasagna sounds good.
My goal is to go to Italy, take a month off from work, and travel through Italy and try lasagna from different regions.
That'd be awesome.
Heaven.
My buddy, he works for Bizarre. He's a producer on Bizarre Foods with Andrew Zimmerman, and he was just revisit because they went to Italy about 5 years ago. He was just putting them back up on like doing that Facebook. Remember when? And going to all these famous places. He got to like taste the best meatballs in the world and stuff. And
you bastard.
I'd love to go to Italy. I want to get to. I've been in Northern Europe. I'd love to get back to Europe and go to the southern part. And I've been to Ireland, England, Belgium, and Amsterdam in the Netherlands. So
I've been to Florida. I've been to Boston.
Well,
I've been to Stoughton. Houston. Beat that, Tom.
I know you've been to Bridgewater.
Oh, I've been to Bridgewater.
Um,
Everyone wants to go to Bridgewater.
Oh, she's got a portion ready for you.
Woo!
Nice, dude. Nice. But yeah. So that was the film. It was great. I mean, did I leave anything out before we get into like what your overall?
No, I think covered everything. That was a good review.
Yeah, it was, because we didn't give away too much either, I don't think. So.
My review last week. Holy shit.
So out of 10, what would you give it, Roy?
You know, I'd give it a 9.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
I have to. 3.5 hours long. It kept me involved after I was exhausted from shopping, being up at 3 a.m. It was just, the acting was incredible. The special effects were incredible. How they made him age and look younger and blah, blah, blah. Just a well done movie. And I miss the way movies can be.
Mm-hmm.
You know, past several years, we've been getting movies that haven't been up to snuff. And this shows that.
Oh, you froze.
Yeah.
You froze completely. We didn't hear the last part of that.
I was just saying that it just shows that they can make movies, great movies, when they want to.
Yes, I agree. See, for me, I agree with you 100%. I was going to go as high as a 9. I'll never give a movie a 10. I was going to go as high as 9.5, which I very rarely do. I'll go with 9.25. Just and that's the real deduction is runtime and yeah, that was it. That, I mean, and like the minor things that I mentioned, like that he can't play a 24-year-old. Even that, he was still great. So I give it a 9.25 out of 10. I think that's by far my highest I've ever given on here. So,
well, Rick and Linda, what did you give the movies? I know you both watched the film. What did you give the movie? You guys are like part of the show.
Yes, and if you want, tell us your favorite part.
Yeah.
Or your least favorite part. Whatever you want to tell us about whatever you want to say about the movie, please. I'm really curious as to it, because I like this movie. So, like Roy said, didn't feel 3.5 hours. I really like this movie. It's very rare that I can sit down for 3.5 hours.
If you guys want to pop on the show sometime, where you guys are our consistent viewers, we can get you on the show from your humble abode.
Yeah, well, we're gonna be doing one from Linda's, and then we all know where Rick lives. So.
Knows where Rick lives.
I know where you live, Rick.
Oh, Linda gave it a good review.
Nice, very nice. What about you, Rick?
Rick probably can't find the buttons. Rick's looking for his next one. Like, where is it? How do I give it a negative 14?
Yeah, I really enjoyed this movie, man. It was a lot of fun. It's good to see these guys doing a movie together again too, because there's probably not going to be many more with all these guys together. You know,
that's how De Niro got Joe Pesci, because he actually
Is
reportedly he said to him, even though it's a mobster movie, how many more are we going to be able to do?
Yep.
Because they are getting up there. They're not young chickens anymore. And we
Yeah.
all know at some point Hollywood wants to move on.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
I a whole different subject, but if there were women, they wouldn't be even invited to do this movie.
Yeah, you're right. Oh God, don't get me on that rabbit hole, man. We'll be here all night. That'll be another episode, Women in Hollywood, because I could go off for hours on how shitty they're treated.
Right.
So
even he was like, how many? Oh Jesus.
Uh-oh. Come on. We all know it was more than a 3, dude.
That's Rick's IQ. Not your IQ. Come on. We never asked for your IQ. And Rick acknowledges this. Let me just say, everyone out there who watches this movie later, like and subscribe. Click that little bell so you get informed when we go live and or release new content. And you comment on our videos when you watch them, because we want to hear from you and talk about the show with us, talk about the episode. So feel free to do this. And so also, so everyone knows, Tom, what's our review next week?
Dolomite Is My Name, right?
Yeah.
What's that?
I said yes.
Yeah, okay. I'm making sure I got it's Dolomite Is My Name. I get it confused if my name is Dolomite, but I'm pretty sure it's Dolomite Is My Name.
Yes, Dolomite is my name.
So for our viewers out there, it is on Netflix. So if you want to watch, because this is great when you guys you guys interacting with us, Linda and Rich, and hopefully more. It's great when you guys watch it, because it's what's that?
I told them to tell their friends.
Yeah, tell your friends, like, subscribe. But yeah, the interaction's awesome.
And also, if you guys are not getting when we're going live, if you're not getting the messages, make sure that YouTube didn't delete your subscription, because that has happened to me in the past, where you subscribe to a channel and YouTube just unsubscribes you because they're assholes.
Yep.
Just check you subscribed.
And make sure you're allowing for notifications as well. Because that is same as Roy. I've done that where I've gone to go to my subscriptions and all of a sudden I'm not subscribed anymore and I have to resubscribe. That's weird. But other times it's like for some reason they just turn off notifications for no reason too. So and it's like I know something's coming up, but I'm not getting the notification. Then I forget, and then so. Yeah, check those. And it could be too, because we are having issues today, audio, so audio and streaming issues. It could possibly have to do with something. I'm not a computer guy, just trying to throw out any explanation I can.
We've been having no issues at all.
Yeah.
We got a storm coming tomorrow. And so
yeah.
But any last words, Tom?
No, that's it. I mean, great movie. Go watch The Irishman on Netflix, guys. Go watch it. It's great.
Dolomite Is My Name, because that's our review next Saturday.
Again, based on a true story.
Yes.
So it should be really interesting.
Yep. So guys, thanks for watching. Linda and Rich, thank you for watching the episode today live with us and interacting. That was awesome. And for anyone else who watches this later, subscribe to our channel, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Comment on this video and let us know what you think. For Tom and myself, have a great rest of the weekend and happy holidays.
Thanks, guys.
See ya.